Hey guys, this is Perks Media. I want to do a quick tutorial on the build. Thanks for joining me. I want to go ahead and extend a warm invitation and welcome to all the new people out there that have joined Perks Media for the very first time. I'm excited to walk you through this build and be able to show you the functionality that's going to be able to make an impact in you and your family's lives, and that's why we do this. We do this for my family first and foremost, but we want to extend out to our extended family, you, and be able to give this to you guys. And the people that have been with us for a long time, really appreciate your support. Want to take this time to go ahead and walk you through what the build looks like and the different functionalities, because I know a lot of people get into the surface level and they don't get all the way into all the different functionalities and facets of the build. So I want to go ahead and show you from my perspective what the build looks like and what it is, and let's go ahead and do that now. So on a very high level, the build to me brings functionality to be able to cut cable and to watch movies, TV shows, sports, pay-per-view, live TV. It's got a kids section, you name it, it's got it, in my opinion. There are other builds out there, and this is, in my opinion, this is what I like and what I like to see, and what I like to see is simplicity. What I like to see is that somebody that even is technically challenged should be able to watch TV, watch movies without much struggle. But, so that's the goal. So let's go ahead and walk through this high level. We've got movies, TV shows, we've got a kids section, sports section, live perks, so that's the live TV section, all-in-one. So all-in-ones, what that means is you've got an add-on, and in the add-on you've got a movie, TV show, live TV, sports, kids, whatever, what have you. It's got all-in-one add-on. So Perks Media is one, Supremacy, Maverick, Smith & Wesson, Wolfpack, you name it. There's several different all-in-one add-ons, but we'll get into that in a minute. Emulation. So if you want to be able to install emulators, ROMs, and be able to play those games back when you were a kid, Super Mario Karts, the nostalgia of being able to take you back and to play those games and have fun, it's on here. Programs. If you look at programs, you've got Speed Tester, you've got the Wizard, you've got Perks Media 1.2.4 that shows the version number. If you click on the video add-ons, that'll take you all the add-ons that are installed on the build. And I have also included Resolve URL, Real-to-Brid, and URL Resolver Real-to-Brid. So if you were to ask me what some of the necessary steps are to be able to enjoy Kodi, it would be to make sure you go ahead and have a Real-to-Brid account. And then to authorize it, you would just click on these, and you would authorize Resolver URL and URL Resolver. And so you want to just make sure that whatever device that you're using to authorize your account is on the same network. So just make sure that your phone or whatever you're using is on the same network, and you're not on mobile plan, but you're on your actual Wi-Fi of the house. So I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to cancel it. And then, of course, you've got your system's information. If you want to go ahead and add other add-ons, if you want to add other repos, if you want to change the skin settings, whatever you want to do. I like it the way that I did it, but if you don't like it, to each his own. If you want to change it, there it is. So, again, back to the movies. I've added the EIM and the Metallica add-ons, so that way it goes ahead and give you an example. Let's go ahead and click on just one of these. We'll hit the Meg. So I added the trending as the widget, so this is what people are most popular watching right this second. So this is the EIM format. You're able to see everything here. This is made by Kodi Help Group. Love them. They're great guys. I've been friends with them for a couple years now. Several years now, I guess. But this shows, if you like this movie, you might be interested in some of these other movies. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. If you want to hit play, what will happen is that you've got these different players plugins that will connect to this, and you can, from one spot, pick which add-on that you want to be able to play it from. So for example, you can play from Jor-El, you can play from Maverick, you can play from Perks, you can play from Wolfpack, Descent. I know that our friends over at Kodi Help are going to push an update this weekend to include all the other add-ons that have recently come out. Anyways, so that's the widget. On the submenus, I've gone ahead and include from EIM the trending, the most popular, all movies. All movies kind of looks pretty interesting. It has all the movies, and this is from TMDB, which is the movie database. So it's got a lot of metadata information, and it has all these different movies. Excuse me, I'm getting over something here. But anyways, if you click left, you can actually change the type. You can change it to TV, you can change it to movie, you can change it sort by. You know, you have complete control, which is really awesome. You can come over to movies, TV shows. Again, widget is trending from tracks. I love trending tracks. That is my favorite, and that's how I watch movies and TV shows. So you've got the submenus, trending, popular, all. You've got search. If you want to be able to go ahead and search something because it's not there, you're not sure, you just want to go right to it, just go ahead and click search, type in what you're looking for, and it will show up. But I'm not going to do that right now. And then, of course, I've included some of the current Covenant, Exodus, whatever forks. Exodus, Yoda, Jor-El, Poached, Over Easy, and they all use either URL Resolver or Resolver URL. So there's a variety there. And there's also gens, and there's also other different forks, and they have different scrapers. So that way, if one's working, you can go ahead and use it. If it's not working, then go ahead and use a different one because they're going to have different scrapers, they're going to have different resolvers. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. All I'm trying to say is that there's a variety of sources for you to use. Kids section, I didn't include a widget. I'm trying not to put widgets on everything because I know it slows down the build. But I like widgets for movies and TV shows. But for the kids section, you've got Perks Kids, you've got Kids Movies, which is basically animated movies, and then you've got 24/7 Select Cartoon. I love it. It is the most favorite thing for me as a user. This is actually put on by Wolfpack, and what you do is you put your kid in front of the TV in the morning when you're trying to hustle and bustle to get ready to go to work, and you can put on Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and it just keeps hitting episode. It's 24/7 Select Cartoon, so you select the cartoon you want to watch, whether it's Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, whether it's PJ Masks, or whatever it is that your kids are into at that moment, and it will be 24/7. It'll go from episode to episode. Supremacy Kid, Smith and Wesson, my teammates over at the Smiths group. Smith and Wesson, he does direct links. He does a phenomenal job. It's really terrific. You should check it out. Sports, several different sports sections, but so you've got Perks Live. So if you're gonna ask me, hey, where do I watch NFL? Where do I watch this? Where do I watch that? If you want to watch it live, just hit that. If you want to watch replay, hit that. Sports Devil, it's kind of a dependency. A lot of things use it, so I kind of have to have it, but I've never been a big fan of it. But a lot of things work off of it. So Planet MMA is for UFC fights, boxing matches, that video on demand. Perks Sports includes a lot of other things. I've got like Mobdro, Swift, and all the other players. And I don't mean players, I mean like PY, like files that let you access those things to players. Anyways, this is for college, NFL, football, Maverick Sports. I really like Maverick. The Loop, Supremacy, really like them. All great guys. Check it out. And the purpose of me saying that is that there's not one favorite. There's not one best. If one's working at the moment, use it. If it's not, go to the next one and check it out, and it'll be working. So live, I'm pretty sure Mobdro, that's an APK link. So you have to make sure you go into the wizard to install the Mobdro APK file, and I'll show you where that is in a minute if it's not already installed on your system. But if you have an Android device and you've installed a Mobdro APK, you can use that, and it'll go ahead and activate it all from one place. Perks Live, that's a combination and collection of live areas in my add-on. Supremacy has a live section, Maverick has a live section, Smith & Wesson, Deceit, looks right, and Rising Tides. Paid IPTV, if you're looking to get away from the trying to find a link and find things that work, if you want something that's constant, always working, send me a direct message because I have a Perks IPTV service. It's paid, so you pay, it works for the year. If you're interested, I'll talk to you about it. It's not really a focus of mine, but I have friends that are really into it and that they do a terrific, phenomenal job, and it always works, and I love them. They do a great job. All-in-ones, I went ahead and talked to you about that. It's basically the add-ons where they have all the information in one place: movies, TV shows, kids section, sports section, live section, and each one of these. So check them out because not all of the information is going to be elsewhere. So if you want to get into the details, into the weeds of these add-ons, go ahead and take a click. Emulation. If you want to be able to play games, it's real simple. What you do is you come in here, you install an emulator. Super Nintendo, so Super Nintendo is this one, so you gotta install it, and then what you do is you go into installing ROMs. The ROMs are the games, so the emulator is like the console, ROMs are like the games. Go ahead and hit the ROMs, and the Mr. and Mrs. Smith group, my team, has created Konami Code, which is basically a way to access all these different games. They did a phenomenal job. Really love them. They're a great group of guys and gals. But anyways, so if you could see this, you go in and you pick your console, and then the ROMs will all be there. It's very nostalgic. You've got Super Nintendo, you've got Nintendo, you've got Sega, all the things that you played back when you were a kid. If you want to play Super Smash Brothers, if you want to play Super Mario Kart, what have you. So it's got all these different cool games. Love it. It's awesome. Anyways, and then to play it, then you launch it. You launch the emulator that you want to play. But anyways, trying to move on. Programs. Again, speed tester. If you've got any kind of buffering, if you've got any kind of issues, 99% of the time, I don't want to push play, but 99% of the time it's on the user's end with their internet. So go ahead and hit the speed tester and make sure that you're getting some kind of decent speed, because every time I talk to somebody and they say, oh man, this isn't working or that's not working, I click that and they got like 2 download. You need decent internet to make the internet work. So if you can be direct plugged in, that's what I would recommend. Get rid of the Fire Sticks, move on to the Fire Stick box or the Shield or some other device where you can plug in. If you want to use the Fire Stick, that's okay. It's a decent device. I have them all over my house. I've got several TVs with them plugged in. But what you do is you get the adapter and you plug Ethernet in, you get directly connected. So this is a wizard. This is where you go ahead and install. This is where you install the next builds, and you can install APKs, and you can install the different things. I don't want to take too much time here, but the Perks Media build, this is where you would install the next build if there was one, APKs. When I find an APK that's cool, I throw it here. I haven't updated it. I'm going to update it very soon. But anyways, if I find cool stuff, I throw it there. And you're more than able to go ahead and go in there and install anything that you want. The Perks Media 1.2.4, I put this here so that you know what build version we're on. Video add-ons, if you want to see all the add-ons, and we already talked about the Real to Bread, and this is systems. If you don't know what you're doing, I wouldn't go in there. Just kind of stay out of there, but if you know what you're doing, have at it. So that's the build in a nutshell. Went through it as quick as I could.